Okay, so I am back in Portland for at least a few days. Unfortunately, my internet device broke, so I'm going to have to order another and wait for that before my next departure into nature. In the meantime, I have returned to my favorite park in Portland, and it's a lot more populated when it's nice, but there's still more opportunity to, get away from people, even if it's just a nook or a cranny here and there. And this is a park that I've come to off and on throughout my lifetime. And this is called Laurelhurst Park. I actually spent a good chunk of time here in 2014. And I'm practicing, the art of Zen and being in Portland in the meantime. If you go over to amtvmedia.com and you click on the headline section, I am posting news for that website, and you can check that out, and you can bookmark the site. So even those days when I'm not doing videos, I am posting news over to that website. I'm not currently sure what the future is of my own website, but I will say I'm practicing the art of Zen and being in Portland. I got some work done today, posting the website, going back and forth, getting some sunshine. So far, it's a clear day. It's just opened up. It was really rainy and wet. One of the reasons I like parking in parks is I'm getting away from electromagnetism. And I sleep better. And if you do a little studying on Google or elsewhere, you'll find a lot of studies being shown on sleeplessness and insomnia. And so when you're home free and you're on the go, there's a lot of, see, we got buzzing over here. I'm sensitive to things like that, so socially is a whole separate thing. Dealing with society. And then there's dealing with technology. And there's dealing with radio waves. And there's dealing with an excess of electromagnetic pollution. And all that is magnified when we have geomagnetic storms and solar flares, because that is also electromagnetism. And it's easier in some cases for me to focus when I'm in nature, but also I'm fully aware that being in the city kind of hypes me up and energizes me. And I've done a lot of my best work in Portland, and I recognize that. But I also know my own body and know that it's far healthier, as well as normal and natural, to spend some time in the city, do your work, and also go out in nature. And that's a part of the history of man. Whatever your genetic background is, be you Irish, Scottish, English, Middle Eastern, Asian, Hispanic, black, it really doesn't matter. In your ancestry, there are roots that tie you to nature. And when we're so removed from that, and we get overly absorbed with computers and working on computers and working at our jobs and, paying these quote-unquote bills, it takes us out of a natural state. And problems arise in relationships and friendships. And I've had a lot of differences of opinion with people over the years as to the value of money, or the value of living a life that's all about, chasing money for something you'll never own, paying rent, and just my general philosophies in general, and the things that I share on this channel. So I welcome friends into my life, but I also am somewhat reclusive, because it gets taxing on my system when you develop friends, and when they get close to you, they say things that a friend wouldn't say. And I'm not talking about someone in specifics, but what I am saying is one goal of mine is to spend less time or psychological energy trying to get help from others and to be a little bit more resilient with what I have to work with. So as far as finding places to park, as far as what I do with my time, all those different things, a lot of those are things that I need to come up with on my own. But it does help when there are opportunities to network, build community. So there's a time and a place to work with others, and there's a time and a place to just go our own way in the ultimate sense. And one thing that I know that I have been able to accomplish is continuing to create media and share it through this technological grid, regardless of where I happen to be or any other factors like financial. They actually did some remodeling here of this pond. They actually drained it a couple years ago because it had quite an algae problem. And so this has been changed out in the last couple of years.